of, we'll just say toy restoration slash kind of review. And not really a review, with yours truly, the Cheesy Toy Reviewer. Hope you're having a good night. Hope all's well. And the holidays are upon us soon. And I hope you and your loved ones are ready and just in that festive spirit. I know I'm pretty excited. The Christmas season is probably one of my favorite, next to Thanksgiving. I'd say Thanksgiving's a little first, but Christmas is definitely up there in my tops. And it's just a great time of year for, you to share time with your loved ones and just letting people know you care. And really, the holidays aren't so much about where you are or what you get, or it's about who you're with. And that's something you learn as you get older. But I hope all of you that do watch this or at some point are watching it with me get to have a wonderful and safe holidays. Today's video is going to be I hope an informative one and one you can learn from. I've been working on trying to get scratches out of old plastic toys in a safe, productive way. Without having to use chemicals, without having to, potentially damage the toy you're working on. And I thought I found that with this guy right here. My little handy dandy eraser. And while this is still an effective way, it's a very slow way. This works really well on little tiny surface scratches. You can remove them fairly quickly with this. But when it comes to like deep scratches, this guy takes forever. So I said to myself, there had to be a quick and easier way to do this. So I dug around, did some searching on some forums online, and I ran across an interesting one where it said to use a 4-in-1 buffering cloth or buffering kit, kind of like the ones women will use to polish their nails and file their nails, so on and so forth. And I said, that looked interesting. Let me try it. And I did. And it worked really well in getting rid of some of those deeper scratches. It wasn't completely, though. It wasn't completely successful in the sense that when I first tried it, I found that while it would get rid of the surface scratches, it would also, in the process of doing so, leave some minor scratches, which I was able to rectify by hitting it with the eraser. But we're going to toy around some things, no pun intended here, and see if we can find a way to get rid of pesky scratches without having to possibly wreck your toy or possibly break the bank. Before that, I wanted to show you a cool toy I picked up. I've been trying to get this guy for a bit. And this is the War for Cybertron Netflix Walmart exclusive Soundwave. And it is a neat throwback to the original Soundwave. And he comes with Laserbeak and Ravage. See right there? Laserbeak, eject, Ravage, eject. Right there. And there's Soundwave. And he is looking sharp in here. He's looking sharp in here. I'll show you the back of the box too. So look at the back of the box. He is looking nice. And as you see, he transforms into his original alt mode, G1 alt mode, the tape player. So he is looking sharp. And it took me a while to get this. But I finally got my hands on a couple. This one I'm keeping for myself. And I'm pretty happy about getting him and adding him to my collection. I will not be opening him up. I know you'll see a lot of people opening them, doing reviews, opening them up. I can only get 2, and 1 I'm selling. So 1 I'm keeping for myself, and 1 I'm selling. The one I'm selling, well, that one can't be opened up. But just to give you an example, all right, I want you to look at this real quick. As you see, I got my parchment paper all laid out. It's ready to go. I got my little tubs of water and soap and water. I'm not using any kind of dissolvent today, so no ready off or ready clean today. All right, so if you look at this guy right here, you'll see little small scratches in there. And see that right there. You flick over here, right there. I don't know if there's any on this side, but we'll take a quick look. So, now these are minor scratches, nothing too damning here, but they're noticeable. And if I try to electroplate chrome these, well, the scratches will show up like a bad habit. So, with the technique of using the 4-in-1 buffering tool thing here, and I'll show you those in a second, I was able to get something that looked like the last one I just showed you to this. Now you'll see that you can see where I did some work on it, but however, if you look, there's no scratches, right? Right there, right there, right there. I took out a pretty deep scratch on this too. Doing so, that little right there, that little green spot, that's just some cleaner I didn't get off yet. So I don't know. I guess what I can do for now is just throw this in that over here. But my goal is to get my other G1 Megatron pieces to look like that. But I would not recommend, if you've never done it before, just starting. The technique I'm going to show you is pretty simple. But either way, I would not recommend starting on a piece you have some attachment to or it has some value to. I would recommend starting on some junk pieces. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take my box cutter right there. And this is what I'm talking about specifically. It's a 4-way buffer system, little thing, and they're not expensive. They're only like $1 a piece. You can get them at Walmart, and it's pretty self-explanatory. This is your rough side for filing out rough scratches, and then you go to step 2. Use that to remove the ridges, and step 3, you smooth it out, and step 4, and that kind of buffers it. Pretty self-explanatory. So we're going to open this up here. See if we can get this right here like this. There we go. Now when I first tried this, I tried doing it as is with this. I found it wasn't the most effective way to do it. What I learned quickly was you can peel each one of these layers off. So I could peel this off and there's still a sticky side to it. And that wasn't, well, it wasn't that great either. So what I'm going to try to do is I've decided I was going to pick up some little eraser caps right here. Little eraser caps like this thing. Oh, well, thank you, Betty the Shrimp. That's okay. I understand. He's got to do his thing. Would you happen to be old lady that I hear in the background from time to time? These are the eraser caps I picked up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these little pieces off here. It's saying I have poor connection. Let me know if that's the case at your end. And I'm going to strip these little pieces off like this. See? let's say, just to give you an example. See how that strips off just like that? I strip those pieces off and I'm going to attach it to the eraser caps and see if I can be more precise with the exact things I want to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to strip it off and I'm going to just basically attach it to this. I didn't have a pen or a pencil. Oh, okay. Well, welcome to the show. Thank you. Alt is an awesome person, I'm sure, as you know. And if you haven't checked out a stream, please do so. Alt BLT90, very talented streamer. But I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it over this, and I'm going to kind of use it as like a pen so I can be more precise. And as you see, I have a more sharper area as compared to doing this blunt or using my fingertips. But before we get to that, we're going to take my victim here, Scrapper. He is a G1 Transformer Constructicon who's been subjugated to, well, let's just say, many experiments as of late. And I'm sure he's none too happy about it, but you know, you need that from time to time. Before you do anything, so what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take a box cutter here, and I'm going to put in some scratches on him, just some light little scratches here. I'm going to do some light ones, and I'm going to do maybe a couple heavy ones, and just so I could show you the differences that it makes here. So we're going to do a couple light ones here. See how that shows up right there? Do a couple light ones like that, and then we're going to add a couple really dig in there, and a couple heavy ones. So poor Scrapper has just been mutilated. See, you can see the difference. The magnitude of the scratches, right side scratches are much lighter, right side scratches are much heavier. So now before you decide to buffer anything out or whatever, try to polish things and remove scratches via polishing, you're going to want to give these guys a good cleaning. So the Scrapper is going to go in here in the soap and water bin like this. You know what I got here? A little soap and water bin. Give them, rub it up a little bit. And then we're going to take it, bring our fresh water bin over here. And so he's all sopping wet. He's dripping wet here, and we're going to want to dry him off. You're going to want to dry him off. So I'm going to take one of my microfiber buffering cloths. These are pretty cheap. You can get these for a couple bucks. Not too much money. I'm going to give him a good dry down, just so he's ready. I appreciate you hopping on, by the way. It means a lot to me that you do, Miss Betty the Shrimp. So, okay. So, dried him off. He's nice and clean, and he's ready to go. And because what I'm going to try to do, I'm just going to flip him around and put him in vehicle mode. That's his vehicle mode. He's missing his little topper right there. There's a top that goes there. See where the two holes are? Put top right there. But scratch marks, nonetheless, are still there. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take... First thing you want to do is you're going to take side one, which is the file nail edge. That's the roughest core side. I'm going to take this off here, and I'm going to cut this off, this little strip off here, and see if I could just attach it to, okay, so I'm going to take the real razor blade there. Should use scissors, I think, but I didn't. Let's see, try this side. Like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to put it on like this. See if I can, it's not going to stick on, is it? Well, dang it. Oh, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I mean, I try. People like me, don't like me, whatever. I get it. I'm a mixed bag of nuts, if you will. So it doesn't want to seem to stick to that eraser, so that blows that plan. But we're going to take this little small strip, right? So I'm going to show you the difference here. So you see here is the small scratches right here, right? We're going to take the coarse thing. You know what? Since I'm just going to take this whole thing off, since I'm kind of like screwed anyway there. I'm going to use my fingernails here, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to basically try to rub these, see these three scratches right here? The light ones. I'm going to try to rub these away. See? This. Pretty plain and simple. There's not too much more to explain other than that. I'm going to take this right here. Don't be afraid to put some pressure on it, right? And look at that. See that? I'm pretty sure those scratches are going already, right? So we're going to take our little buffering cloth, like that. And I'm pretty sure, let's take a closer look. My eyes aren't as good as they used to. I think those scratches are out, just like that. Light scratches. This works great on light scratches. So I'm going to take my step 3 here. If you look here, step 3, I'm going to smooth the nail, but I'm not going to be smoothing a nail here. I'm going to be like this, like this. Don't be afraid to put pressure on it. Right there. As you see, look how much. Okay, so the scratches are still slightly there, so I'm gonna go back to this real quick here. I thought they might be. Thought I got rid of them, but I guess not. So yeah, I'm gonna go back in there with the rough stuff here, and really dig in there. Take my microfiber cloth. And let's go to, again, 3 here. And then we're going to go to step 2, which is right here. Remove the ridges. I'm going to peel this off. Like that. We're going to give it a good rub down. Okay, so I need to get rid of 2 of them. I do see one that's being a bit of a pest, but that's okay. That's okay. So we got right here. This is the buffering. Last step here. I shine. Now this is going to make this plastic all shine again. Essentially, that's what's going to do here. And I'm pretty sure I got rid of 2 of them, but I think I saw one that kind of lingered around. It's being real stubborn. We're going to see if I have to hit back with the rough stuff again. I hope not. See, I don't mind learning by experiment. Okay, and look at that. Okay, so as you see, I got rid of 2 of them. So it was fairly successful in getting rid of 2 of the 3 scratches. And I think the only reason why I didn't get that third one was because it's right by the peg itself. See where the peg is? And I think because of that, I wasn't able to get in there as much as I would like to. But as you see, that last step, though, really gave a nice buffering shine. Now, the problem is, you're going to, I don't know if I could pick this up here. You see those little micro scratches? Those are little surface scratches that are there because of what I did. And that is when you're gonna come back in here with this eraser and just give it a good blast. And you're gonna spend a few minutes on this. I'll see if I can get rid of them. And you're really just erasing, much like you'd erase, pencil mark or pen mark or whatever. It's not gonna hurt the plastic, this eraser. And you're gonna just try to get in there and dig in there deep. And this should, because I know I've done this before, get rid of all these little surface scratches fairly quickly. It might not go on the first try, but trust me, it will. I'm going to take the microfiber cloth. And I really want to see if it just gets rid of these surface scratches here. I'm not trying to get that third one I missed. As I said, this is a test toy. And it did. I mean, it looks dull because I took the eraser to it. Let's see if I can buffer it up a little more. So, as you see, it got rid of like a lot of the little small microfiber, or a lot of the little small scratches here. I'm stubborn. I'm going to try one more time just to see if I can get rid of it, because that's going to bother me that I didn't do it. So let's see if I can just rub it out there real quick. Again, don't be afraid to get in there with with some pressure. Let's take a look. See how, yeah, I won't know until I take the microfiber cloth to it, so I don't want to say I did it just yet. So I'm going to take the microfiber cloth to it again. And really the microfiber cloth is a great tool for buffering out, whether it's chrome or plastic or whatever. A microfiber cloth is a very effective thing to have, and they don't cost a lot of money. So don't be afraid to pick up a few. Okay, and I think that did it right there. That last blast, I got rid of most of that third one. As you see, the other two are gone. Half the third one is still there. And I'm going to move on to the heavier scratches, though, because I don't want to linger on too much. So, I don't like having things unpolished and unfinished. Let's take our step 3 real quick here. Right here. So we'll go step 2. See real quick. Rub down roll the air. And then we're going to go to step 3. And you're going to find these little handy things here, the 4-1 buffering things here. I always forget the name. But in the nail section. They don't cost a lot of money. They cost $1 a piece. I paid $1 a piece for these. And last but not least, we're going to hit it with the shine, so it has a nice little clean polished look to it. Let's see. Okay. I must be missing the spot on that third one. But as I said, other two are gone. We're going to move to the heavy stuff here. We're going to see how it, and this is going to take a little more effort. See that heavy, so we'll start with that heavy scratch right there. I put 2 in there. We'll go with that one right there. Maybe I should go with that one. I don't know. I guess it doesn't really matter, right? I'll go with this one. Why not? So we're going to go with this one. We're going to really just get in there and give it a good rubbing. Show who's boss. You're not the boss of me now. So, don't be afraid to really take it to it. So, as you can see right off the rip, it didn't go away yet, just yet. Not that fast. But as you can see right off the rip here, that scratch has been dulled down quite a bit. Right there, see that? Compared to the other one. Side A, side B right there. I'm gonna see if I could take it to this side again here. And I really want to see if I can get rid of this deep scratch, because I know I've done it before. Yeah. But I want to show you guys, so that way you don't think I'm full of shenanigans, if you will. So just really get in there. It's really just, don't be afraid to put some pressure on that. So, okay, and it is diminished quite a bit at this point. As you can see, we're going to keep at it. Hoping that did it. Nope, didn't. I can still see it. If you can visibly see it, you might as well just go back in there for the attack. So. And let's see. Ooh. Yeah, see how you could barely, I don't even know if you can barely see it. Let's take the polished cloth to it. I don't know, did I get rid of it? We'll find out in a second. May have to hit it again, I don't know. But, let's see. Okay, so, it's still barely there, but you can see what it did to a heavy scratch. I took that box cutter and I really dug into it. So, yeah, let's hit it again. We're gonna, I'll try to get this out here. It's kind of bothering me. It pesters me a bit. You know, when I set my mind to something, like anyone else, when you set your mind to something, I'm going to try folding this up a bit. When you set your mind to something, you really kind of like, you get stubborn about things, and I'm guilty just as anyone else. And I know that I've gotten heavy scratches out because I did it on my G1 Megatron. And it's made by this is kind of the same plastic as G1 Megatron. So I'd have to imagine that I'm not attacking it enough, but I think I can do it. I think I'll get it. So let's take the number 3. go back and forth on it. And we'll go to number 2. I think I went out of order there. That's okay. All right, and finally let's take the buffering thing to it. Okay, so let's take a look. Look at that. It's still barely there, and I could continue to attack until it's gone, but you could kind of slightly see. But look at the difference that makes. I took a heavy scratch that I dug in with a box cutter, and it's virtually down to nothing, and it's almost ready to go away completely. So, as you see, this is a very effective method, especially if you're just dealing with light scratches. And as I said, you're going to want to practice on a subject toy. You don't want to start this off with something that you kind of have some emotional attachment to, or if it's a valuable piece here. So there you go. That's just to show you a quick there on a test subject here. And look, you could barely see the third scratch on the right leg. You have to really hold it up to the light to really see it. But it's almost gone on the third leg. And the heavy scratch, the one that was over here, is just virtually gone. Yeah, I mean, it's still there. I mean, I could hold it up real close and see it. But I can easily get that out just with some more time. And really, this is much more effective. And let's see what I have. Let's try to take the eraser to it real quick, because as I mentioned before, when you use the 4-in-1, you're going to get little micro surface scratches. So I'm just going to take that real quick and just hit it with the eraser blast here. In case you're wondering what kind of eraser I'm using a plastic eraser. Yes, they do sell plastic erasers. Comes in a little kit or a little set with 3. It comes like a putty one. I want to say a regular eraser, and then a plastic eraser. The plastic eraser will easily get rid of surface scratches. Just dig in there. Just dig in there. So, okay. So, all right. I think we're ready to move on to something a bit more daring. As you see, I showed you before, my Megatron piece. Rinse this off. I wanted to get rid of that gunk that was on the side there, so I just tossed it in the water for a little bit. Let's see if I can hit it with all micros. Get rid of that, because that would annoy me. This right here is now completely scratch free. I got a different. So I think Simon busted out a new micro fiber cloth. Wanted to shit just so I could show you though. This was completely scratch free. Or this had scratches in it like this, looked like this before. See all those little tiny little scratches in there? See, I got right there and whatnot. This looked like that before. And I got rid of all those little tiny scratches. I think there might be 1 or 2 floating around in there that I may have missed. But for the most part, this thing is completely scratch free now. So we're going to see if we can do the same here. Let me see if I can find a piece that may need it. Let's see. Is this piece? I mean, this piece looks okay, I think. Let's see. Let's see if I remember correctly. Okay. Here's a good example, I think. All right, so if I can hold up the light, see that right there? That right there. That little scratch right there. And if you look over here, you'll see some little micro scratches floating around in there. We're going to try this piece. See if, oh, did I get water on this? I did, didn't I? Okay, so we're going to try to get rid of that right there. See right there? And get rid of some of the little micro scratches. And see if see if we can make this happen. See if we're gonna take it and just give it a good rubbing. And I think you can be the judge. Let's take the microfiber cloth tool real quick. Look at that. It's gone. Like I said, this thing works really, really well. This technique works really, really well on little small surface scratches. So let's go here. Let's take it to this next. Let's see if we can get rid of some of these little surface scratches that were floating around in here. So we're going to take this here. And we're going to throw some pressure on that. And they were kind of all over the place, so that's why I'm doing like a general broad brushing of it. And let's take the microfiber cloth to it again. Give it a quick rub down. And look at that. Oh, look at that. All right, so not done yet. But as you can see, little small surface scratches. Oh, look, there's one right there. In case I didn't even notice that. Didn't even notice that little guy right there before. So let's see if we can get to him. See right there? Is that a scratch? I want to make sure before I really attack. Yep, that's a scratch. So see right there? Right along here. I think you could see it. So let's see if we can polish that guy out. While we're at it, I don't mind because this is all going to be re-chromed anyway. So all this is going to be re-chromed. So let's take a microfiber cloth, give it a quick little rubbing. Look at that. Let's see, is it still there? No. Me thinks it's gone. So let's go to step 2. We're going to proceed in order here. We're going to hit all 3 spots again. So we're going to hit this right here like this. And this really... Okay, hit this area right here. In general, I try to keep to one direction, but someday I don't think it'll kill it if you go back and forth or up or down. Some people argue differently, but from what I've experienced, I don't think it makes too much of a difference. And last but not least, we had this little spot up here. So we hit the spot up with the number 2 side, I should say. Right? Give this a quick little rub down. And I know it might not be necessary to hit it with the microfiber cloth every time, but I just like to, just because I just think it's a good idea to do. You don't have to do it if you don't feel you need to. You know, just do your thing. And one thing I've learned is there aren't too many mistakes when it comes to working on these old toys that really can't be fixed. So don't, you know, if something bad happens, don't freak out. Put it down, take the time, look things up, do a little research, and you'll find an answer to your dilemma. So here we are after step 3. Right there, look at that. And look at those scratches are nowhere to be had. So we're gonna take, there we go, step 3, right here. And this is the smooth nail side of things, but we're obviously not working on nails. So we're gonna smooth things out here. So let's see here. This tends to stick, even though I did try sticking it to the erasers, which is what I wanted to do initially. Kind of use it as a pen, but it didn't work out that well. And what are you gonna do? Can't do much about it. And over here. This side right here. And last but not least, up here, where we caught that little last minute scratch that I didn't see initially, but we're gonna do it anyway here. And I got rid of it. All right, so we're done with step 3, just like that. Don't mind that fly. The weather's been janky. We go from hot and cold, and the flies should be dead, and I don't know. I'll just consider them a happy little guest for now until I squish them. I don't like bugs in my house, but I can't stop a video to go kill a fly now, can I? So I'm going to take the buff right there. Okay, so this is after step 3. See how it's starting to look a bit more polished, right? Like that. All right, and last but not least, step 4. This is the buffering side of the 4-in-1. So we're going to take it and hit it up here. And this really should probably give a nice little shine to it. Make it polish up nicely. Take it here. And last but not least, up the top. You can actually hear it squeaking. You can hear it squeaking. So, let's take a look. See, look at that. See, it's got a bit more shine to it now. As I said before, you're gonna get some little natural micro scratches in it because you did take one of the first step is got a bit of an abrasive feel to it, but those are micro scratches. And you can easily come in here again and just go ahead and just like, you see right here, you can like, pow, hit it with that razor. Don't be afraid. Just go in there and just rub it in good. It will not hurt it. The eraser, I promise you, will not hurt the surface. So you can take that eraser and I'm just doing it just to be precautious, but you're going to hit all 3 areas. I look at it as just an extra step. Why not do it? It's not going to hurt it. And you risk kind of, you avoid risk missing. You avoid the risk of missing something. Sorry about that. Take that and really just don't be afraid to get in there. I'll wipe off the little dust residues here. Let's give this one last good polish, and I think this piece should be done. I think it should be done. So, this is the finished product here. Look at that. No little all the scratches are really gone out of this piece completely, I would say. You can see where it's been worked on because you kind of polish off some of the shine, but it's looking good. I'll throw that in the water. However, if you feel so inclined to, if you want to put that shine back on the toy, turtle wax works really well. Just follow the instructions, rub a little on, cover the area, let it dry, wipe it off. I'm not going to show all that tonight, but we're going to rinse this off real quick. Give it a quick there and dry it off and finally show you ultimately the finished product once all said and done. So we're gonna go in there. I don't like to, sometimes you gotta, I don't like using chemicals when I don't have to. So as you see, that scratch that was right here is gone. These little tiny scratches, from what I see here, it looks like they're gone. It's kind of coming in and out of focus there. Let's see. And that's my bad here. Let's see. See right there? That scratch the top. That was there, that's gone. And these little micro scratches, they are gone. So now I have 2 finished pieces. I have this piece and this piece. I have about 4 more to go before I'm ready to send the stuff to get shipped and be re-chromed. But I wanted to show this to you guys, this technique to you guys. I can't take credit for it. I won't proceed to. Take credit for it. But I read it online on the Transformers forum, and that's where I found out this technique. So when you go to the store, you buy, see right there, a large 4-way buffer, and it's going to come with, where is it? Right there. Side 1, file nail edge. Step 2, remove edges. Step 3, smooth nail. And last but not least, shine nail. You're going to hit it with each. And as you saw, I peeled off each one. So this was like right here. Just peeled it off. So I can use it with my fingers. I tried using it with a little, attaching it to like a little eraser cap, but that didn't work out too well. Still, it worked out pretty well as far as like this being effective. And I would highly recommend, if you really want to get in there and fix your old toys up and take some pride in it, and just yeah, I would highly recommend this. Highly recommend this. So that's about it. I think that's about all I have for this episode. I just wanted to give you a quick rundown on that. I wish you all a very blessed and safe night. Hope your holidays are going well. Take care of your loved ones. Make sure you tell them you love them every day, because you never know when it'll be the last time you can. Let your friends know you care, and don't worry if you can't afford to get anyone something nice for Christmas. Remember, it's not about what you spend or whatever, where you are. It's about who you're with. That's the most important thing. I'm not sure what my next episode is going to be. Whether it's going to be a toy review or a restoration piece. I haven't gotten that far into it. But I look forward to seeing you guys again. And thank you, everyone who decides to give this a look-see. And if you like what you see, hit that like and subscribe, or, whatever. Show me the love on Twitch, and hit that like on Twitch. I think it's just a little heart button, or the follow button, whatever it is. Hit that follow. And if not, I appreciate you giving me a shot. But good night, everyone, and take care. God bless.